Hello, my name is Heather Longoria. I'm a therapist here at the St. John Clark Pain Treatment Center. And today we're going to be talking about your pec muscles. So pectoralis major and pectoralis minor. And these are muscles that we treat here a lot at the clinic because they have a tendency to get shortened and contracted because of our modern day lifestyles. So these muscles, your pec major, connects from your sternum right here and your clavicle, and then your rib cage. So it connects that whole area to your arm. And when we sit in an internal rotation, which is this position with the arms, and look at our phones, or typing on our computer, or crocheting, or whatever it is we're doing in front of our body, typically we're in internal rotation, and then our scapula, our shoulder blades, are protracted, so they're coming forward around the spine, around the rib cage, and then and all of that is caused by the pec major. So it's important to release these tissues because they can have some pretty alarming trigger points. So they can have trigger points that go down the arm, they can refer into the lung tissue, to the heart tissue. So sometimes you feel like you're having heart issues, and it could actually be a trigger point from the pecs. So it's really important to get these muscles treated. So that's pec major, so it's the big eye, it's called major, so that's the one that covers the whole front of your chest. And then pec minor is another tricky muscle that causes people a lot of pain, and that connects right here under the clavicle. You have part of your scapula reaches underneath your clavicle. It has this little beak that's called the coracoid process, and your pec minor connects from there, and then it comes down and connects to your ribs. And this muscle will get really tight, and it can actually compress some of the blood vessels and nerves that are coming out of the side of your neck and into your arm. So it can cause a lot of issues there. So in today's session, we are going to show you how you can release these muscles on your own. And actually what I recommend is coming in for a full postural assessment and a full treatment of these muscles, and then using the self-care treatment that we show today to keep those muscles supple and mobile. So the first thing you're going to do, or first thing I recommend, is using the Courgeous ball. This is a very gentle way to treat the tissues and to improve the slide and glide of the layers of your tissue over each other. So you're going to take the ball and you're going to press it into your chest, and you're just going to do some gentle twisting. So the ball's grippy is going to grab your tissue and help provide some mobility and relaxation in that area of the body. So again, very gentle way to release these muscles. You could even put this ball between you and a wall and press up against it, and then mobilize your arm, raising it up to the ceiling and back behind you in just any different direction you can think of, and feel how that changes the tissue underneath the ball. So that's level 1, most gentle way to release that. Level 2 would be using a smaller, more firm ball, like a yoga tune-up ball, or you could use a lacrosse ball or tennis ball. The yoga tune-up balls are nice because they are soft, but they're grippy, so you can roll them over bones. It's not going to cause any damage, and it still is going to grip that tissue. So you're going to take the ball, and again, just press it into the tissue and do some twisting here. I don't know if you can, yep, you can see how that's just like providing a little tornado of tissue there. And we're going to go in opposite directions, so it changes the sensation quite a bit, actually. So you just want to explore all of this and see if you can find any sensitive spots, and if you do, and those are very common, like where this muscle comes into the sternum right at that junction, you can usually find a lot of tenderness there. So you just want to hang out there, breathe into it, and just hold it there until you feel that tissue soften and ease a little bit. And then with this ball, we can also get more into that pec minor. So if you follow your clavicle over, you can find kind of like there's this little divot where your deltoid connects up, and you're gonna kind of go right in that area, and you can just press your hand into the ball, and you can go up and down, and this is kind of a with fiber stroke with that pec minor. and you probably find some tender spots there. So you just kind of want to hang out again and breathe into it. And then once you've softened it up a little bit, you can start to cross fiber, and this will be a little bit more intense. And again, you'll just want to hang out in any sensitive areas until you feel them release. And if this is not enough for you, if you want a deeper release, or if you're one of those people who really likes deep, intense pressure, you could also put your blocks kind of in this configuration on the floor, and then you put a ball on top of each block, and then you lay yourself down so that the ball rests inside both of the pecs. So you're putting your whole body weight onto the ball then, and then again you would want to mobilize your arm, reaching it up towards the ceiling, out to the back, internally and externally rotating. So on the floor, it would look something like this. So again, this is a lot of pressure. You're putting a lot of weight into the balls. So you want to be really mindful of how you're reacting to it. If you feel like you're bracing and you can't even breathe because it's so intense and so painful, you're going to want to back off and perhaps just take the ball to the wall and put a ball up against the wall and do this against the wall instead of laying on top of it. And that would be a much more gentle way to get into those tissues. But as you can see, I brought a lot of, the skin here is much redder and it's much warmer, so I've drawn a lot of blood flow to this area, and so that's bringing in fresh oxygen and taking away all of the byproducts. So it's getting rid of all of the waste there in the area. So give this a try, let us know what you think, and then again, please come in and see us so we can do a full postural assessment and see if a PEC treatment is indicated for what's going on in your posture, and we can give them a really good, solid, thorough treatment, and then you can use these tools to keep these tissues mobile and open and at their full resting length. Hope you have a great day. Thanks, bye.